Okay, students, the purpose of this is to review how to create a graph. Creating graphs will be an important part of completing the simulation labs this year in Earth System Science. So first we need to know where to gather the data. And then we need to know how to plot the data on a graph. And finally, we'll be using that data to answer questions. One of the ways you can organize your data is simply by creating a chart. So you can write this chart out on a piece of paper with a pencil, or you can use a spreadsheet. I'm going to demonstrate using a spreadsheet from OpenOffice. Next, you need to make a graph. And again, you can draw this out on a piece of paper with a pencil, and I'll demonstrate what a graph looks like using KidZone. And then we're going to look at a lab and see how the data, once we plot it, can be used to answer questions. We'll also give you an example of where you can go play a game on practicing your coordinates. So this will be a review on creating graphs and then using that data in the graph to answer questions. So first of all, we need to know where the data is. And if we go to Brain Honey, we can open up the Heating of Land and Water lab simulation. Now, these labs do not have to be completed in person. For example, if you do not have the supplies, you do not have to actually physically complete the lab. What you would do then is do the lab simulation, which probably most of us are doing. In that case, the classroom data set is provided at the bottom of the directions. So if you were to complete the lab, then you would follow the directions and gather your own data. If you're going to do the lab simulation, then you would read everything as if you were going to do the lab, but simply use this classroom data that has been provided at the bottom in order to make your graph. Now, the way this is listed, these numbers are crunched together and they're a little bit difficult to read, so we need to reorganize the data into a chart so that it's readable. So I'm going to copy the data. I highlighted it and then I right-clicked on copy, and then I'm going to go to Excel spreadsheet, and I'm sorry, this is OpenOffice, and then I can right-click on the mouse again and click paste, and what I get is I get my data pasted into these cells. Now, I've already written the time across the top. What we're doing is we're looking at the temperature of dry sand, moist sand, and water as compared to time. And this is time in minutes. And so this first number here, 23, is the temperature of dry sand at time interval 0. And it looks like I need to move these down. So I'm going to do Control X and then Control V to paste. Okay. So our dry sand at time 0 is 23. Our next value is 25, then 28. What that means is that at time minute 1, the temperature is 25 degrees. At minute 2, it's 28. And we're just going to go across until we complete all of the time values for dry sand. So the temperature values for the time. So let's see, we have 23, 25, 28, 30, 33, 35, 39, 33, 35, 39. Okay, and you'd finish until you got to 19 minutes, which would be 25. Okay, the reason I'm going to let you fill this in on your own, and you're going to get something that looks like this when you're done. Okay, this will be the end of segment 1 because these clips need to be really short. I'm learning, and thank you for your patience. This is hours of trying to figure this out. Okay.